What's up, everybody? This is Decenzo. We're here at the ESPN X Games headquarters in Bristol, and I'm gonna run through setting up a new board, wheels, bearings, all that fun stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have a freshie. This one got a little destroyed. It got beat up skating around the campus, you know. Grip tape's flapping off. We got chips. The ground out here isn't that smooth, so it's, you know, it was eating my board up. So I always got to have a fresh board on, and let's get started. Right here I got this Dark Star Throwback Series graphic. Super hyped on it. It's kind of got like my name up there, super mellow, like hidden in a matte black, or not a matte black, but I don't know what's that even called, like a embossed logo, kind of, I guess. And then down here, Dark Star Skateboards, and I skate these boards with the technology in there, and I skate them backwards, so I had them print the graphic for me backwards. Thank you guys over at Dark Star. So let's get it started. First things first, I usually slap on the grip tape, and the only way to go is Grizzly grip. So this is the mini bear logo. It's got just a little mini bear in there, and I usually just take them right out and peel back this part. And this grip's awesome. It has these little holes. It's all perforated so you don't get air bubbles. And I try to get the bear on usually like right so that it's all about the same color or whatever, like in the back, you know. And yeah, just slap it on. And I mean, I'm lazy and I set up a lot of boards, so I don't do the little sandy downy thing that everybody does. That's just a waste of time for me. I mean, I gotta get out and skate already. Like, I don't have time for that. So I just press it down really good. I make sure it's nice all around the edges. And then I whip out my little trusty razor blade or knife. Give it a little cut job. I cut from the bottom. I've heard all sorts of stories about where to cut from and where's better, but you know, just do whatever's comfortable for you. However you can make the, you know, a nice straight line along the board without too many little choppy cuts in there. I mean, it doesn't take that much practice, really. And I just push down the knife on the edge of the board and just let it slide along. That's why I don't do that sandy down thing that everybody does. But if you prefer to do the sandy down thing and you only skate one board a month, then that makes sense for you, you know? So I got the little mini bear at the back of the board. That's kind of like my sense of direction when I throw my board down. If he's over at the front, then I know I'm skating my board the wrong way. So yeah, it's good to have him in there. Some people don't like him. I like him in there. He's cool. Tory Puddle's the man. Grizzly grip, best grip out. Nice and grippy. Super good feel on your board when you get that fresh grip on there. So I just pretty much have random hardware, whatever I find that's left over, and I'm always asking people for hardware, so I think these are diamond hardware, but not really too worried about it, you know. It's just holding my board together kind of thing. You can get really picky about it. You can get shorter ones and longer ones. I like these ones that are just about the right length, you know. If they're too long, then they poke out, and that's a little weird. You'll see as it gets put together more. Poke these holes through with the Allen key, because it's right here. It's convenient, you know. Now, this is the part that I always have to make sure that I get right, because I always want to, unless you're setting up brand new trucks, which I don't do very often, because these indie trucks, they last forever. These are 149s with the hollow axle, and yeah, these things last for days. So I don't put new trucks on very often. It's just not necessary. So throw these little bolts in there. a little trick so that you don't strip your hardware, and I'll show you that right now. Once you get those poked all the way through, sometimes you get this little parts of grip tape that are on the bolts, but if you just give them a little rub with your fingers like that, it gets all the grit out of there, and that's what usually makes your hardware thread, like you know, so it messes up and then you can't get it off. So I always make sure to like get that little leftover grip tape off of there, just so your hardware lasts longer if you don't have a hardware sponsor, really. I mean, not that I need one, you know, whatever. It's all good. It's just bolts, you know. We got bigger fish to fry. You know, we got wheels and bearings. We'll get down to that nitty-gritty when we get there. But yeah, like I said, these are probably use these trucks for, I don't know, a month or two. I put Bones bushing in the top. These ones, the Bones medium, I highly recommend them if you don't like skating new bushings, which I don't think anybody does. So yeah, grab a set of these, throw one in the top like I do, or throw one in the top and the bottom. I left an indie bushing in the bottom just because that's how I do it. I mean, I'm not going to give away all my secrets, but I'm already giving away enough. And usually I have a power tool for this part, but we're doing it old school style right now because I decided not to pack my power tool because my bag was already 57 pounds. And yeah, so that's the story behind that. But actually these hardware are pretty small, so it doesn't take too many turns to tighten them up. My trusty Red Dragon tool right here. This thing is solid. I've had it forever. And usually my tools get jacked, like right away. But somehow I've held on to this one. I think people just know that, like, oh, I better not take that RDS tool, like, that belongs to somebody I don't want to mess with. Which, maybe that's why it's been holding on. Gotta back it. That's the fan from Vancouver, RDS, yep. So we got one truck on, basically repeat for the other one. We got a runaway hardware. It's one of the worst things is runaway hardware when you're putting your board together. Thank you. But yeah, I can't wait to skate this fresh board. It's always so good to have a fresh new board. Like better than Christmas. You guys don't mind if I scratch up this table, do you? Alright, cool. I'm getting it greasy and I'm scratching it up. It's not a workbench. Normally I'm at the workbench at home in the garage doing this, but you know, that's why they always get mad at you at the skate shop when you do it on the glass countertop. But I think some skate shops just like get to the point where they don't care anymore and the glass is just completely scratched up. This is the part that I was talking about, and get all those little crumbs off there. Because see, like, it's about to strip that one. Maybe I didn't get them off good enough on the last one, but what are you gonna do? Not everything can last forever. You can only just take care of it as good as you can and hope it lasts as long as you need it to. So and for me, I always want to make sure that I got like the front truck on the front and the back truck on the back, obviously. And I can usually tell by like a crooked grind mark up on the front, or like I have like a little 5-0 kind of groove back here on the back truck. So I mean, everybody's got their own. I mean, maybe you're a big no slide guy, so you got it all worn out here. You never do tail slides. Everybody's got their own different parts. I like to tighten them up a little bit so that they're at least flush like that. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with having it like sunken in a little bit. So, I mean, as long as you don't, you know, drill it right through your board kind of thing, then you'll be fine. It's so much easier with a power tool, but, you know, we're at the ESPN headquarters and we're getting it done. We gotta go skate more. It's time to go skate some more before it gets dark. I gotta hurry up and put this thing together. Alright, so that's the basics right there, and then obviously you need some wheels and bearings to go with it. So only kind of bearings to ride are wheels. Best kind of wheels, only kind, bones. I like the Street Tech formula. They're a little harder than normal, but they're fast and they slide good when you get the board sliding in a tail slide or a blunt slide. They really start to, you know, you start to carry, and obviously it's fun to slide farther. So I break those babies out. These ones are shape V2. I like this shape right here because it's kind of squared off on the edges, if you can see. And I don't know if it's just me, but I believe that the square shape, when it's sitting on the board, it helps you lock into a rail, whereas if it's more rounded, you can slip off the rail easier. Like if you're grinding, it's kind of hard to explain, but maybe I'll show you after we got it all set up. See what we can demonstrate it with. And then, of course, the wheels, the bearings that go inside. The Bones Super Swiss. These things are the fastest, longest lasting bearings that are around in skateboarding right now, so go pick some up. Don't worry about anything else other than they're gonna last a long time. They only get better with age. So yeah, I've been riding these for as long as I can, and since they've been given to me, I've never had any problems. So yeah. What?
12 years.
12 years for you?
Mine are 12 years old.
They've lasted 12 years, so that's legendary.
Still going.
They're still going. And I mean, if you take care of your board and you don't let it go in the water, then it's obviously gonna last longer. Oh, see, this is like a part where I usually get it on the ground to get some leverage to jam it in there, but I got it in there, so it'll work. And I mean, graphics in or out, I mean, I kind of do whatever. I just go with how I'm feeling. And I think this is kind of a cool black, so my board's black, I'll maybe leave it out, you know? I always make sure that these washers are in there. Some dudes don't do that. I think they're tripping. I think that you need to have the washers in there. It just makes sense for, you know, friction. Less friction equals going faster. So I like to go fast as possible. That's why we got these Bones wheels. And I like to tighten them up just so that they have a little bit of play like that. I don't know why. I mean, maybe I know why. It's just, if you're doing like a tail slide 270, you land, it might give you a little bit extra give before the wheel actually starts sliding on the ground. So I don't know, they might be made up things that it might be helping, but I'm just gonna stick to it and not change it and keep skating it the way I do it. So until somebody proves me wrong with facts that I'm doing it wrong, then I'm just gonna keep doing it my way. So if you want to copy the way I do it, then you're the man. But if you don't, then do your own thing. Do your own steez. Do your own whatever. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, but these are 53 millimeter wheels. So I recently kind of went up from 52s, and I just like the feeling they last a little longer and they roll over kind of a little bit bigger cracks better. So you don't really notice that. I don't notice the difference in like weight or anything else. I just notice that they go faster, they lock into grinds better, and 53s are the way to go. Screw all those other wheels. Forget about them. 52s, and maybe 54s. They're kind of too big. You know, like, what? How am I getting so picky over 1 millimeter? But, oh, see this one? I guess this one's just gonna go white side out. I'm not getting too picky with it today. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. Usually the graphics wear off on the wheels anyhow. So, but these are cool. These are cool graphics. It's like a little rat skeleton or whatever on there. I'm backing it. Alright, one more wheel to go after this one. And then that's pretty much the jam right there. This board's ready to skate. That was pretty fast, honestly. What's my time? I mean, I'm always trying to set up a board like, oh, my homie's coming over and we're gonna go skate. Uh-oh, set up a board, like, and then I'm like rushing doing it as fast as I can. And I feel like sometimes I can do it so fast, and then other times it's like the slowest thing ever, like slowly putting it together, slowly, you know, like, I don't know. There's that little bit of play on there again. And I mean, that's it, really. It's like, skateboard is a pretty basic tool, you know? It's not like there's a million parts to this thing. I believe there's 64 parts on a skateboard, which is a rare known fact that probably nobody knows, but I'm just a freak, so I know that. But that also depends if you, some people rock these washers, and I believe in the washers. Like, I don't think you should take those washers off. Like, keep them on there because they're holding your bushings together. And if you're doing like big impact skating, then your bushings might blow out if you don't have the washers in. Or they will blow out, because I've blown them out before. And that's never fun, because then part of your bushing blows out and then your board's turning, and then you have to go back to the drawing board, and hopefully you brought extra bushings or something like that. But I mean, most of the kids out there probably don't have to worry about these things. It's usually like 12 or 14 stairs or more that you have to start worrying about stuff like that. And yeah. So right now I got all my graphics out except for one in, and I think that's rad. And Stevie Williams used to do it like that, so that's cool. Where's that last? Oh, it's in. They always get stuck in there, and then you can't find them because they're in there. Too tight. Give it a little bit of play. This way, also, if you leave a little bit of space like that, it's kind of easier to get the axle nut on and off, because these strip all the time. I'm sure you know, especially most of you homies out there who've changed your own wheels before. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. You get your board, put it all together, you get your indies, your bones wheels, your bones bearings, your grizzly grip, and then you take it, you slap all your stickers on there, make all your sponsors happy, and then you go shred. So I'm gonna go skate, I'm gonna go take both my boards and go rip. Thanks for watching. I hope you skate your board like I do, and I hope you set it up the same way. And I hope you liked watching that. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys later.